Howdy everyone, my name is Achilles, and yes, I'm a dog. A downright sexy corgi to be exact. A talking dog, you're not going crazy. This is really happening. Long story short, a friend of mine who's very good looking, named Matt Lowe, pre-ordered me quite like you would an Xbox from his friend Elon Musk. I was born in his labs, whereupon a chip was implanted into my brain, which conveniently has a Bluetooth device that connects the phones so you can hear what I'm thinking. I know, cray, right? Anyway, I'm here today to host a safety moment. Today's safety moment is bringing awareness to procrastination. I've been meaning to do this presentation for quite a while, but you know, procrastination, baby. As I have Wi-Fi in my brain, let me download my presentation real quick like off the World Wide Webs. So here we are. What is procrastination? It is the act or habit of procrastinating, or putting off, or delaying, especially something requiring immediate attention. Now, you might reckon, okay, how is procrastination a safety moment topic? One quick thing I can conjure up is going to the doctor. Nah, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow might be too late. Next thing you know, you've gone and died from a rare rectal fungus that could have been prevented with some good old butt cream if you had been to the doc earlier. You see, humans engage in this irrational cycle of chronic procrastination because of not being able to manage negative moods around a task. It's a way of coping with challenging emotions and negative moods brought on by certain tasks. Boredom, anxiety, insecurity, frustration, resentment, self-doubt, and beyond. In a 2013 study, it was found that procrastination can be understood as the primacy of short-term mood repair over the long-term pursuit of intended actions. Whew, my, I do declare, that went over my head, and not just because I'm short as hell. Put simply, procrastination is about being more focused on the immediate urgency of dealing with negative moods, rather than getting on with the task. It all comes down to what the nature is of your given task that draws you into avoiding it. Maybe the task is a difficult or unpleasant one, cleaning a dirty, downright nasty bathroom, going to the dentist, or driving grandma to the grocery store while you listen to the same damn story you've heard 1 billion times before. But it might also result from deeper feelings related to the task, such as self-doubt, low self-esteem, anxiety, or insecurity. For example, you might have a short story you've been wanting to write, but you're afraid. What if I write something horrible? What if nobody reads it? What's the point? It's gonna be bad anyway. All of this could lead you to deciding that doing an easier task at this time makes it okay to write that short story another time down the road. This only compounds the negative associations you have with the task, and those feelings, well, they're still gonna be there whenever you come back to it, along with increased stress and anxiety, feelings of low self-esteem, and self-blame. But that momentary relief you feel when procrastinating is actually what makes the cycle especially vicious. In the immediate present, putting off a task provides relief. You've been rewarded for procrastinating, and when humans are rewarded for something, you tend to do it again. Believe it or not, dogs and humans are quite alike. A prime example is how you like to trick us dogs with treats in order to get us to do your bidding. Yeah, I'm on to you humans. Over time, chronic procrastination has not only productivity costs, but hugely destructive effects on mental and physical health. The side effects of procrastination include chronic stress, general psychological distress, and low life satisfaction, symptoms of depression and anxiety, poor health behaviors, chronic illness, and even hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Ask your doctor if procrastination will work for you. On a neural level, humans perceive their future selves more like strangers rather than as parts of their actual selves. Basically, you tell yourself, not my problem, that other person will figure it out. Spoiler alert, that other person, it's you. To make things worse, humans are even less able to make thoughtful, future-oriented decisions when stressed out. Faced with a task that makes you feel anxious or insecure, the amygdala, the threat detector part of the brain, perceives that the task is an actual, genuine threat, in this case, to your self-esteem or well-being. Even if you intellectually recognize that putting off the task will create more stress for yourself in the future, your brain is still wired to be more concerned with removing the threat in the present. Researchers call this amygdala hijack. Now, how do we get to the root cause of procrastination? We must realize that at its core, procrastination is about emotions, not productivity. The solution does not involve downloading a time management app or learning new strategies for self-control. It has to do with managing your emotions in a new way. The human brain is always looking for relative rewards. If you have a habit of procrastinating and haven't found a better reward, well, your brain is just gonna keep on doing it over and over until you give it something better to do. In the case of procrastination, you have to find a better reward than avoidance. avoidance, one that can relieve your challenging feelings in the present moment without causing harm to your future self. The reason why it's so hard to break the addiction to procrastination in particular is due to the infinite number of substitute actions that would still technically be forms of procrastination. That's why the solution must be internal and not rely on anything but yourself. Since I'm such a wonderfully, amazingly nice corgi, I'm gonna hook you up with just a few tips to break your horrible procrastinating ways. Number 1, stop beating yourself up. One option is to forgive yourself in the moments you procrastinate. In a 2010 study, researchers found that students who were able to forgive themselves for procrastinating when studying for a first exam ended up procrastinating less when studying for the next exam. They concluded that self-forgiveness supported productivity by allowing the individual to move past their behavior and focus on the upcoming examination without the burden of past acts. Number 2, show yourself some compassion. Another tactic is the related practice of self-compassion, which is treating yourself with kindness and understanding in the face of your mistakes and failures. Several studies show that self-compassion supports motivation and personal growth. Not only does it decrease psychological distress, which we now know is a primary culprit for procrastination, it also actively boosts motivation, enhances feelings of self-worth, and fosters positive emotions like optimism, wisdom, curiosity, and personal initiative. Best of all, self-compassion doesn't require anything external, just a commitment to meeting your challenges with greater acceptance and kindness, rather than self-hatred and regret. Number 3, consider the next action. This is different than the old age advice to break up a task you're tempted to avoid into bite-sized chunks. Focusing only on the next action helps calm our nerves, and it also allows for a layer of self-deception. At the start of any given task, you can consider the next action as a mere possibility, as if you were method acting. What's the next action I'd take on this if I were gonna do it, even though I'm not? Maybe you would open your email, or perhaps you would put the date at the top of your document. Don't wait to be in the mood to do a certain task. Motivation follows action. Get started, and you'll find your motivation follows. Number 4, make your temptations more inconvenient. It's still easier to change your circumstances than yourself. You can take what you know about procrastination and use it to your advantage by placing obstacles between yourself and your temptations to bring about a certain degree of frustration or anxiety. If you compulsively check your social media, delete those apps from your phone. Or don't save your password automatically and give yourself a really complicated one, not with just 5 digits, but 12. By doing this, you're adding friction to the procrastination cycle and making the reward value of your temptation less immediate. On the other side of the coin, make the things you want to do as easy as possible for yourself. If you want to go to the gym before work, but you're not a morning person, sleep in your exercise clothes. Try to remove every roadblock possible. Still, procrastination is deeply existential, as it raises questions about individual agency and how humans want to spend their time as opposed to how they actually do. But it's also a reminder of commonality. Humans, dogs, we're all vulnerable to painful feelings, and most of us just want to be happy with the choices we make. Now, go take your grandma to the grocery store, please. Her boring stories won't kill you, but her not getting X-Lax, that might kill her. I'm Achilles, I'm a dog, and I'm signing out. Thank you for watching my safety moment on procrastination. Hasta la vista, baby.